There's a compelling theme in John's gospel that sort of builds the tension as Jesus keeps saying, his time has not yet come. In John 2:4, at the wedding in Cana, his mother informs him that the wine is gone, and Jesus replies, "What does that have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." And then in John 7:6, during the Feast of the Tabernacles, Jesus responds to his brother's suggestion to go to Jerusalem. He says, "Although your time is always ready, my time has not yet come." And in John 7:30, we read this, "They were seeking to arrest him, but no one laid a hand on him because his hour had not yet come." And in John 8:20, while teaching in the temple, we're told again that no one laid a hand on Jesus because his hour had not yet come. And so that leaves you wondering, well, when will his hour come? When will Jesus declare that the time for his glorification has arrived? And Jesus finally declares his hour has come in a surprising scene, because you would think it was at the Garden of Gethsemane when he was arrested, or maybe at the Last Supper when he lifted up the bread and wine, or during his triumphal entry into Jerusalem. But that's not when it happened. Jesus actually declared that his time had come in a passage that just doesn't seem very significant. We're in John 12, starting at verse 20. Now there were some Greeks among those who went up to worship at the festival. So these were Gentiles who went to Jerusalem. They came to Philip with a request. "Sir," they said, "we would like to see Jesus." So Philip went to tell Andrew. Andrew and Philip in turn told Jesus. So this all seems like typical ministry stuff. But then verse 23, Jesus replied, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." Why is this the moment that Jesus first says his hour has come? Well, the text doesn't explain it directly, but it's striking that his declaration happens right after he hears that the Gentiles are seeking after him. Jesus recognized the moment that he was in and the divine promise that he was about to fulfill. Thousands of years earlier, God had promised Abraham that through him, all the families of the earth would be blessed. Not just Abraham's descendants, all the families. And Jesus knew that the good news of his victory over sin and death was that promised blessing. It was for both Jews and Gentiles. His time had come.